Hello and good morning, my peeps, or whenever you're listening to this. Sorry I haven't been on in a while, but life happens. So anyway, I just noticed my title is missing the F in of, so I will put the missing F pretty soon. But anyway, yes, we got through Psalms. Yay! And now we are starting Proverbs. And I'll probably have something to say. I usually do. These are small sayings. They're not like stories or anything. Um, and it says the Proverbs of Solomon. Solomon probably didn't write them all, if he wrote any of them. I'm really not sure, and I really don't care. Um, but most likely, he sponsored these proverbs. It was like a patronage thing, even if he didn't write them himself. So anyway, so I will share my screen so you know I'm not making any of this stuff up. And let me make sure you can see it. Alrighty, and you can. Ooh, excuse me. It's 7 a.m. here. I've been up for a while. Alrighty. So, let's get going. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. Now, before we go much farther, I am going to say that um, the history of Israel gets a lot more solid at this time. Um, Solomon was king over united Israel. Um, we're not really sure if David had united Israel or not. Now, this is within archaeology, okay? The Bible's something different, okay? Um, I don't trust the Bible. Um, if we can prove it archaeologically, that's fine. If we can't, that's fine too. Um, so, the Solomon's son ends up splitting Israel into Israel and Judah. Um, we covered that way back. But anyway, excuse me. Alrighty. Um, moving on. For gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, for receiving instruction in prudent behavior, doing what is right and just and fair. Um, not sure what in the Bible is right or just or fair. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. I don't think being punished for your great great grandfather's sin is right or just or fair. And I don't think that stoning your daughter just because she misbehaved is right or just or fair. But again, that's just me. And of course, I'm being facetious. Um, Forgiving prudence to those who are simple. And there's a footnote here. Um, the Hebrew word rendered simple in Proverbs denotes a person who is gullible, without moral direction, and inclined to evil. Well, that's a mouthful to put in one sentence. Gullible does not mean they are without moral direction or inclined to evil. Oh, this is all kinds of messed up. All right, moving on. I would be interested to see what the Jewish translation on Chabad.org has to say. Maybe when I get done reading the Bible through to Revelation, I'll go back and read um, the Jewish scriptures on Chabad.org. That would be interesting to see how um, the Jews render their scripture as opposed to translators in the European world. So, anyway, moving on. Knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance for understanding proverbs and parables. The sayings and riddles of the wise. Why would a wise person put their sayings and riddles? Okay, there's a footnote here. Let's see. Or understanding a proverb, namely a parable, and the sayings of the wise, their riddles. Again, why would a wise person put their sayings in parables? It's the same thing I'm going to say about Jesus when we get to the New Testament. But we're not even there yet. So, moving on. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay. What does fear have to do with knowledge? And Christians are going to say fear just means reverence. People. If the Hebrew meant reverence, why didn't the translators put reverence instead of fear? Fear does not equal reverence, okay? I don't know where you people got that from. Well, yeah, I do. You got it from your upbringing because I used to think the same thing. They are not the same thing, okay? There's a footnote here on fools. So let's see what it says. Hebrew word rendered fool in Proverbs often elsewhere, and the OT denotes a person who is morally deficient. Okay. The fear, let me read that again so I can go into verse 8. Verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and destruction. Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck. I gotta ask, um, if they mean chain or if they mean necklace. Because if they mean chain, mm, you're not selling this quote unquote wisdom crap saying it's a chain around my neck. Okay? Just ain't doing it for me. If you mean necklace, okay, maybe I'll think about it. Nah, not your kind of teaching. I'll pass. Alrighty. Verse 10. My son, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. Okay, define your terms, define sinful, and we know men means mankind, men or women, okay? So define sinful, they're never gonna do it. You don't need to tell me. It's just this nebulous, sinful crap. Alright. Verse 11, if they say, come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood. That's not a whole lot of people that are going to do that. Let's ambush some harmless soul. Again, not a whole lot of people are going to do that. Verse 12, let's swallow them alive like the grave and whole like those who go down to the pit. Okay, I gotta ask, um, what kind of a person would hang out with people like this? If your son or daughter is hanging out with people like this, they need more than words of wisdom. Okay? Just saying. Verse 13, we will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. Yep, and the cops will be at your doorstep too. Verse 14, cast lots with us. We will share the loot. Tell me another one. Verse 15, my son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths, for their feet rush into evil. They are swift to shed blood. How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. These men lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush only themselves. Mm, sometimes. Sometimes they never get caught. But, sounds like these people are stupid. Just saying. Verse 19, such are the paths of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it. Not all the time. Mm, yeah. Got got some bad news from you, Solomon. Not all the time. Alrighty. Not that anybody should do this crap. Like, again, if your son or daughter is hanging out with people like this, they need one words of wisdom. Alright. Verse 20. Out in the open, wisdom calls aloud. She raises her voice in the public square. Oh yeah, in Proverbs, wisdom is personified as a female. You'll get this also in Gnostic literature. Verse 21, on top of the wall, she cries out. At the city gate, she makes her speech. How long will you who are simple love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery and fools hate knowledge? Repent at my rebuke, then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings. But since you refuse to listen when I call, and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand, since you disregard all my advice and do not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh when disaster strikes you. This is supposed to be wisdom talking, by the way. I will mock when calamity overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you. I got news for you. Um, a lot of people laugh when uh, evil people get their comeuppance. So that's nothing new. Wasn't new in Solomon's day, and it definitely ain't new today. Uh, verse 28. Then they will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but will not find me, since they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, since they would not accept my advice and spurned my rebuke. They will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. No. Sorry. There's are empty promises. Chapter 2, my son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding. Indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Just want that to sit with you. I don't want you going to look for understanding and books. They want you to turn to God. And people wonder why our country's in the depths of despair that it is right now. This is why we've got a lot of idiotic people in our country. Because of this shit. And I'm tired of it. Anyway, moving on. Verse 6. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless, for he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Yeah, and that's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. Because Christians, they face just as much as we on the outside face. Okay? Ain't nobody gonna protect you. You gotta protect yourself. Verse 9. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. I do agree with that statement. I just don't agree with it. I have a different understanding of what understanding means than this does. Let's just put it that way. Verse 12. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse, who have left the straight paths to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. Wisdom will save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words, who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. I'm pretty sure that means Israel. Let's see what the or covenant of her God. Um that sounds like he's talking about Israel, because Israel is often referred to as an adulterous woman. Don't ask me why. Um, Sometimes Israel is referred in the masculine, sometimes the feminine. Hell, maybe Israel's binary, non-binary. Um, Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirits of the dead. My bad. It isn't Israel. It would sure be nice, as you know, um, whoever wrote this would be a bit more specific in who they met, you know. Or hell, for all I know, they mean any adulterous woman. But then men can commit adultery too. But hey, we're living in the patriarchy back in these days, so they don't give a goddamn about men. It's only women they give a goddamn about. When, when women go astray, they don't, they could care less if men do it. Verse 19. None who go to her return or attain the paths of life. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous, for the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it, but the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. Chapter 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt that very much. especially prolong your life many years. All right, verse 3. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Wish I could, but my heart's not that hard. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Yeah, I don't want a good name with your God. Verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Again, with the nebulous words, you know, you got to define your terms. What the fuck is evil? All right. Verse 9. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in. Oh, yeah. Beat the hell out of your kids. No, do not beat the hell out of your kids. That's what this is telling you to do. Do not do that. Number one, you could get arrested. But number two, what the fuck? Who thinks this is a good idea? It's never been a good idea. Never. Verse 13. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. No, I'd rather have the money. I can get understanding on my own. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. Yeah, I doubt wisdom can give long life. It's more like, medical science. Verse 17. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. Nah. Verse 18. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Oh, you mean the tree of life? As in the one that was in the Garden of Eden that God supposedly kicked us out of? Or kicked Adam and Eve out of, rather, because he was afraid they would take hold of the tree of life and live forever and be like God? That tree of life? Just saying. Verse 19. By wisdom the Lord laid the earth's foundations. By understanding he set the heavens in place. By his knowledge the watery depths were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew. My son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. Preserve sound judgment and discretion. They will be life for you, an ornament to grace your neck. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Uh, no. Wisdom and understanding aren't gonna make your house magically thief proof. Okay, verse 25. Have no fear of sudden disaster. Uh huh. Tell us another one. Or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked. For the Lord will be at your side and will keep your foot from being snared. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due. When it is in your power to act, do not say to your neighbor, come back tomorrow and I'll give it to you, when you already have it with you. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who lives trustfully near you. Do not accuse anyone for no reason when they have done you no harm. Okay, that I agree with. Hey, I didn't say it was all bad advice, just mostly bad advice. Do not envy the violent or choose any of their ways, for the Lord detests the perverse, but takes the upright into his confidence. Sure. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks proud mockers, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. The wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame. Chapter 4. Listen, my sons, to a father's instruction. Pay attention and gain understanding. I give you sound learning, so do not forsake my teaching. For I too was the son of my father. Wow, you were a son? Really? And it took you all of how long to figure that out? Yeah, give me a break. I'm mocking, okay? Then he taught me, and he said to me, take hold of my words with all your heart, keep my commands, and you will live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget my words or turn away from them. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. No, she won't. Love her, and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Uh, you just said the same thing twice. I've said before, God needs an editor. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. Cherish her, and she will exalt you. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. Listen, my son, accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many. Nobody can guarantee that. I don't care if you have wisdom or understanding. Nobody can guarantee you're going to have a long life. I instruct you in the way of wisdom. Oh, being full of ourselves, are we? Okay, let me back up and read that again. I instruct you in the way of wisdom and lead you along straight paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hampered. When you run, you will not stumble. Hold on to instruction. Do not let it go. Guard it well, for it is your life. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked or walk in the way of evildoers. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn from it and go on your way. That would be good advice if this person would you know, tell who the evildoers are instead of this nebulous, the evildoers, you know. Verse 15, avoid it, do not travel on it, turn from it and go on your way. For they cannot rest until they do evil. They are robbed to sleep till they make someone stumble. That is not a whole lot of people there, my dude. It's like these people live in another universe. Verse 17, they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Again, not a whole lot of people. Verse 18, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. This verse is used by the J-Dubs for their ridiculous going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on their doctrine. But notice it says the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, not doctrine is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. But anyway, if you want more on that, there are plenty of ex-JDub channels. Lloyd Evans is a good one. XJW Panda is another. Watchtower Examiner, I think that's the channel name. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble. My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. The health thing I've got to disagree with. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Keep your mouth free of perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or left. Keep your foot from evil. Chapter 5, my son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to my word of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. Again, this person is just full of himself, but he's a king. If we are to believe that Solomon really wrote these. Again, it could have been under the patronage of Solomon and not Solomon himself. So, who really knows who wrote these? For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel. Lest strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich the house of another. At the end of your life you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instructors. Yeah, we would like it for people who are horrible in this life to get their comeuppance, but it doesn't always happen. And that's just something we have to live with. Is it fair? No. But life doesn't owe you fairness. Life doesn't owe you anything. Life doesn't owe me anything. Get over it. Okay. Verse 14. And I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. Drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares, let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. I never understood this part. Why are you being selfish with your water? That never made sense to me. Unless it's a euphemism for something else. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments if you know. Or if your pastor told you something. Verse 18. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the life of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful deer, may her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Bit of porno there. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into some major porno in Song of Solomon. But just a little bit titillating for later. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife? Okay, where'd that come from? Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them, the cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline, they will die, led astray by their great folly. Okay, I just got to say, if you are only kept in line by the fear of a great whatever in the sky, then you're not a moral person. You're just somebody who can be controlled, but you're not a moral person. Okay? If that's the only thing keeping you in line, you need to examine yourself. Okay, last chapter for the day, chapter 6. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands and pledged for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. I have no idea who would do this, who would be stupid enough to do something like this. And yeah, when they say security, they mean security, like, money or something like that. Who would be stupid enough to put it up for a stranger? I have no idea. Alrighty. So do this, my son, to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Well, you haven't fallen into your neighbor's hands. You've fallen into the hands of whoever that idiot owes money to. Go to the point of exhaustion and give your neighbor no rest. Okay, sound advice.  'Cause, 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 'c Um, go get it from your neighbor that you put up the security for. Verse 4, allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. I don't know whether this is true or not. I don't know if they have overseers or not. Um, they're called worker ants for a reason, and there is a queen ant inside, but I don't know much about ants, so I have no idea whether this is true. And I would bet that whoever wrote this had no idea how ants worked either. But what can you say? Alright, verse 9. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. No, you need sleep. If you don't sleep, you're gonna die. Okay? Not to scare you or anything. Um, yeah. Anyway, a troublemaker and a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart. He always stirs up conflict. Again, there aren't many people like this. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Okay, even though there aren't a whole lot of people like this, considering the population, not everybody who is an evildoer is gonna get their what's due to them. Okay, it's not gonna happen. I keep saying this again and again. Life is not fair, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Alrighty. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Okay, so when it says there are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 are detestable to him, it's only 6 things. One of them is in there twice. So just a heads up on that. Haughty eyes, haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies. Okay, so we've got lying twice, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. My son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart, fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a lamp, this teaching is light, and correction and instruction are the way to life, keeping you from your neighbor's wife from the smooth talk of a wayward woman. Okay. Again, if you need a God, if you need to think that there's a God looking down from you from wherever to keep from sleeping with somebody's wife, you're not a moral person. You're just controllable. Verse 25. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. Now, I have a problem with this. You can't help what comes into your head. Okay? You can't. Now, you can decide whether or not to dwell on it. And maybe that's what they mean here. But thoughts pop into our heads all the time. There's no way to control them. All right, 26. For a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread. No, I'm pretty sure they want money. But another man's wife preys on your very life. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. I gotta ask, why is this person going on about this? Is he having trouble in his own life? You gotta wonder. Verse 30. People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Well, for the most part, yeah. I mean, if a person's starving, people shouldn't steal, okay? But I mean, god damn it, sometimes there are exceptions. Like if a person's starving. Verse 31. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house. Well, I doubt he has a house if he's starving. Verse 32. But a man who commits adultery has no sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse a bribe, however great it is. I don't know if I agree with that. There are some people, you know, if you offer them enough money, you know, uh, a woman's husband might, quote unquote, forget all about it. I would not know. I am not married. Um, Never been married, so I don't know about that. So anyway, that is the start of the book of Proverbs. And yeah, like I said, there's a few good pieces of advice in there. Otherwise, it's the ramblings of a madman. Anyway, well, folks, that's it for today. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.